Folks, it's Sunday. It's 8:30. Welcome to the Angels Citadel Gaming League. We're here. Kind of surprised that we're here, but we are. Um, so we don't. I'm going to talk really quick at the beginning here about something that we don't often talk about, and that's uh, we try and keep a regular schedule, and it's it's been a lot more difficult of late to do so. We've talked a little bit about why that is in the past, with Joann going back to school and everything. But I wanted to do that in just a little bit of a different way, um, just because it's a different way to open the session today. So, um, for those of you that know us, you can go to our website at angelcitadel.com and check us out. Our sponsor there is Drive Through RPG, with which we're affiliated. And so a lot of the stuff that we do and a lot of the stuff that we review, and a lot of where we get our role-playing games, is on that site, either electronically or print on demand. So click on any of the links there and go check them out. Anything you buy there from one of our links, a little bit goes back to us to help us review some more. So we'd appreciate any help there. But aside from that sponsor, I wanted to introduce a couple of others that actually don't give us anything, probably don't know that we exist, and are not likely to ever know that we exist. First off is Mountain Dew. Um, Mountain Dew is caffeine, and caffeine is life for both a gamer and a programmer. So, yay, caffeine. And today we have a brand new sponsor, and that's Dayquil. And that's what's keeping us so that we can sort of actually talk to do this session. So, yay for drugs and caffeine. So, hey, we're back. We're playing Starforged. This is Sean Tompkin, the creator of Ironsworn, his latest Kickstarter. This is a co-op game. Actually, you can play it either solo, co-op, or as a traditional role-playing game. We're playing it co-op with Joann and I, um, using a GM-less Oracle-based format, and we've done a little bit of that in the last couple of sessions for both character creation and uh, the truths that we set up about our galaxy. Um, the theory behind all that is that prep is play, and so we've actually been playing now for 2 sessions. Um, this session we're going to do some more prep. We're going to talk a little about the universe and do some more play, and have some more narrative discussions. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So we're over in Foundry today. Um, we're going to go ahead and generate a starting sector. And the way that you do that is you go and over in the, yep, yep, down there.
If you're expecting a lot from me tonight, don't. I am sick and I spent time running a game today, so I'm not.
We're all doing our best right now. So hang with us. It's okay.
Found it.
All right. Then we're going to drag that into our scenes. I'm explaining what you're doing.
Okay.
So we're going to import a scene, or you can click and drag, whatever.
Okay.
Boundary doesn't care.
For those of you that don't know, I'm using VNC to access a computer that's headless to run Foundry. So sometimes when I click and drag, it doesn't click and drag. Sometimes it clicks and sometimes it just drags.
So
We now have space.
yes, when you activate the scene, you get this nifty little space map, which is kind of cool. Um, so you can zoom in and out on that. And it's really neat. Thanks, Ben.
Space.
We love your add in for Starforged. It's amazing.
Space.
All right. So the very first step in creating uh, a sector is choosing your starting region. So Starforged has three starting regions. The first one is the terminus, and it's typically where settlements are very common. The second one's the outlands. It's kind of recent expansion. Settlements are more scattered, navigation paths are uncharted. So if you're on like the wild frontier, or if you think about like oh, Firefly, not the core worlds, the edge worlds, whatever they call them. That's kind of what the Outlands is. And then there's the Expanse, and there's uh, uncharted space and more dangers and very, very, very rare settlements. Uh, what do we think we want our starting sector to be based on the characters and the spaceship that we did?
Aliens in space. Honestly, I think we should start with the outlets.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. If especially since your guy got trapped,
Abandoned.
abandoned, and whatever in a dig, and was having trouble contacting.
I'm all alone. All right, for those of you that are not in the know, I clicked the Starforge tools, and the first one on the list is the location, the sector regions, terminus, outlands, and expanse. So I picked outlands. The reason this is important, right, is because when you come over here to journal, and you're starting to set this up, it's going to show up over here or over here. It's going to show up somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but it'll show up.
So the next step is to determine the number of settlements, and there's a fixed number of settlements based on where in the forge you set your initial starting sector. Um,
So we need a planet, right?
Not yet.
Well, we can't have a settlement if we don't have a planet,
Yes, you can.
but the settlement's supposed to be on the planet. I'm confused.
There are space stations.
I don't want a space station.
Okay.
I've been a sassy brat for a bit, so don't mind me.
Um,
All right, so we're starting with settlements.
Outlands has 3 settlements. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into actors. We're going to create actor.
Look, there it is.
Okay. So we're in the Outlands, and you can actually roll the location details. If you click on the location detail roll thing.
I pushed the button. It just takes it a minute. There we go.
All right. So it should have given us a second or a settlement name, a location, a population, an authority, and settlement projects. And we're supposed to roll that one to two times.
Okay.
So what do we got?
We've got a population. It's a legacy settlement. A population in the hundreds. First look is industrial architecture. Authority is oppressive. Initial contact, derelict. Projects are trade and mining, and the trouble is depleted supplies.
Interesting. So a mining settlement with depleted supplies with
Makes sense.
with an industrial architecture but an oppressive authority. And there's only hundreds of them left. That makes a lot of sense. So the settlement's called Legacy.
Yes, but we can name
Or we can re-roll if you want to on just that.
it. Hearth. Yes, yes, I know it's pronounced hearth, but hearth.
Whatever.
Yay, look, a space. And it's set up in deep space. So the type of settlement's deep space. So, yeah.
So it's probably on a planet or on an asteroid or something like that.
I
Um,
like asteroid. I like the idea of it being a mining colony on an
out
asteroid.
in the middle of nowhere. I think you
Because,
can edit that. Go down the if you go down to the bottom. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's one. We've got two more to do. All right. So what do we got?
All right, so we have a planet side settlement because yes, I changed it to planet side because I wanted one planet side. Uh, Population in the thousands. First look is elevated or multi-level construction, which sounds kind of Cloud City to me, but initial contact is wary. Authority is ineffectual. Projects are entertainment and trade, and the trouble is preyed upon by raiders. So maybe it's like Space Hollywood.
Maybe.
That'd be kind of cool, right? You've got all these, like, not Hollywood as in the Hollywood with all the mansions and bullshit, but like the studios of Hollywood, like how you've got that entire section that's just different studios with different settings and whatnot. What if that's this? Because that would fit with the entertainment projects.
It would. The only question I would have is why wouldn't that be in um, the more densely populated area?
In
Why
no
would they
any
put the
way.
studios out in the middle of nowhere?
Money. The same reason why so many car dealerships are just outside of city limits, taxes.
Interesting. Okay, I'll go with that.
Plus, there's like, I mean, if we're talking real world stuff, there's like a reason why Jackie Chan can't do videos in America anymore is because no insurance company will cover it. It all comes back to the dollar, or in this case, credit, or whatever we decide to call it.
So then I have to imagine that that one is like just outside the core worlds because you'd have to have um, transportation paths, the flight paths that would be fairly well um,
Sure.
documented so that people go to work.
Or they live on site during production.
Right, but you're still going to have to get back and forth.
Yeah, but I could see them, like, they live on site during production and then they go back to whatever wherever they live on the core world when they're not in production, which would also fit why they have issues with raiders. When the place is empty, why not loot it? Of course, that if raiders are actually attacking it after it's empty, that's kind of dumb. All right, one more. Yeah, it stacks them on top of each other. So I'm gonna have to move things around. So I'm gonna move Hearth way out over here. And the range is gonna be over there, and we've got to put a planet there. So one more settlement. Okay, it's planet side. All right, we're looking at population of thousands. First look is built from random scrap. Initial contact is hostile. Authority is ineffectual. Projects are research. Trouble is impending attack. Our projects are research and festival. Trouble is impending attack. I think I'd rather re-roll that.
We can do that.
Okay. We're going to put this one as an orbital because I like the idea of an orbital. Um, let's roll location details. All right. So we've got a population of thousands. First look is rustic architecture. Initial contact is neutral slash automated. Authority is tolerant. Projects are evacuation and migration.
Maybe just a settlement planet.
Sure. Looks like the trouble is vulnerable life forms.
Wildlife, maybe.
Sure.
Hostile wildlife, but the colonists can fight back or whatever.
Aliens. Oh, snap. All right.
Okay, so the next thing it says is to generate the planets. So if any of the settlements are located on a planet or in an orbit around a planet, you can identify and name the planet to help flesh out the nature of the location. So we've got two of those.
So Silex is a rocky world in the outlands with none to thin atmosphere, perpetual night, no settlements, and no life, with massive dust dunes for their features.
Okay, and that's the one the orbital's around.
Yes, it kind of fits. So,
It really does. So let's go back to the orbital and put the location as Silex. And we need to change the name of one of them. That works.
all right, that's Silex.
And then let's do the other.
No, we're not doing the desert world. What is a vital world? Is that like Earth-like?
I'm assuming so.
Ooh, we can do an ocean world. Fishies.
Wasn't that the floating settlement?
Could be.
We could put that on an ocean world.
Oh, that's it sounds pretty cool.
All right, what do you got?
All right. Atmosphere is marginal. We've got two dead settlements and a planet side settlement. Unusual watercolor. The life is bountiful. Planet side features is living islands. Peril is life. Life form hunts for prey. And opportunity for life is interesting artifact or device.
So the living islands are chasing the floating city with the entertainment around, trying to eat it.
Yes. Sure.
That sounds amazing.
Yes. Yes, it does.
I like that.
All right. I think that's our Outlands.
Step 5, generate stars.
How many stars?
Roll once for each settlement.
Glowing orange star. All right, but Silix doesn't get a star because there's no light there.
I'm okay with that.
What do we have for our sun? Oh, it's a yellow dwarf, isn't it?
Yellow dwarf, yeah.
You know, what if we've got an artificial star?
One part of the thing with that water planet, something artificial.
Yes.
Sure.
Now we just need to name it. Excellent. We've got our sector done. Or do we? That's what we did.
Next, you'll set the passages for this sector. A passage is a charted route among the drifts. Spacers rely on these routes for travel and trade. Um, The Outlands has 2 passages.
Okay, where is that going to be on Foundry? Or do I just use the drawing tools?
I'm assuming you just use the drawing tools. So if they're mining an asteroid, there's got to be a passage out there somewhere. And then I'm assuming there's one to that water planet. Not that one, the other one. But not necessarily one directly to that outpost.
Yeah, that's why I went around it. Well, I did 3.
Okay.
But one of them's only just to Cerberus because it's so close to the core worlds. Like there's one that just goes directly to Cerberus and back, and that's it.
All right. So next, we create a local connection. Connection represents an important relationship with an NPC. You'll create connections with NPCs, advance those relations throughout the course of the narrative, and forge bonds to represent deeper connections. For now, you have a single connection in the starting sector. You almost certainly know other people here and elsewhere, but you aren't truly connected to those people or they aren't a focus of a story. If you're playing with others, you'll create a single connection as part of this exercise. This will be a shared connection.
So I think we should know
Do what
somebody on
now?
Hearth. I think we should know somebody on Hearth.
Okay. Who should we know on Earth?
A person. Dude, look, you're asking me to come up with a lot of stuff tonight. When I feel like somebody's sitting on my face. Head colds suck, man. Oh my god. We know a dude.
All right, open up Earth again.
It's an asteroid with hundreds, an oppressive authority, with trade and mining. I think that I've gone there to trade shit before. Or maybe we've gone there and traded stuff before. Like we would get supplies and we would trade supplies for parts because we've got that like really old ship.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, because we've got Destiny's Call, which is an old ship. So
I'm good with that. Um, Not the mining colony, but somewhere else.
so not the mining colony.
Is that the mining colony?
Yes, Earth is the mining colony.
What's the one around the orbital? What's the orbital?
That's the one that has the that's the evacuation and migration with the vulnerable life patterns.
All right. We need to change that ship to not be rock.
Why
For
not?
that. If there's vulnerable life forms that they're fighting, where are they fighting the vulnerable life forms? They're on a space station.
I don't know. Okay, fine, we'll change it. Maybe they took vulnerable life forms from the planet, and that's why they're fighting them.
But the planet's dead.
No, it's just not fit for humans. It could be like that weird episode in Star Trek where they went underground and they were like pulling rocks from it, and then they found out that the rocks that they were pulling were actually the crystalline life forms eggs, and she was very upset. And then the empathy chick was all, "Oh my god, you're killing her!" And yeah, it was a really weird episode. It was with Picard.
That described just about every episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes, but at least I clarified because only reason I remember that it was with Picard, not with Kirk, is because there was nobody for Kirk to have sex with.
This is true. All right, we can try and do
Or like
something like
when we
that.
were playing that game the other day that had the weird aliens that ate the rocks. Anyways, World of Warcraft with the alien where we had to kill the little worm things to get the rocks.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, okay, you know what? We are going to make this a jungle world.
It needs a sun then. So you'll see as we're doing this, we're going back and forth and building the narrative together. And if it doesn't work, or if you're going down a path and something doesn't work for you, just change it. Serious 9 it is. Okay.
Oh, look, we can do derelicts too. And vaults.
All right. So we're connected to somebody on the mining colony.
You said you didn't want to be connected to somebody on the mining colony.
I don't have a problem with that. I got the colonies confused.
Okay.
So what does our connection do at the mining colony?
All right. So maybe he's an authority figure.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Either like governmental authority figure or like guard or security kind of authority figure.
Okay. So do we put that on our character sheet or on the page, or on? Do we have like a shared sheet?
There is a shared sheet. You have to create an actor, shared sheet. Oh, that's just Val, progress, foes, notes.
It's fine. We'll just call it contacts and put the names in the contacts.
That works. I'm sure there's like a better official way to do this or something like that, but sometimes you just hack it together, I guess.
I'm sick and I'm not feeling good.
We're keeping things moving.
Exactly. We can always look it up later.
Okay, we're not calling this guy Davy Jones
Why not?
because we're not.
But I like the name.
No.
But I like it. He could be a Jonas brother. Fine. How about Crockett? Daniel Crockett.
You're killing me.
You're not dead yet. You feel fine. You're not going in the car. Well, you come up with a name then.
Daniel,
Radcliffe.
no.
Woods.
Norrit.
Woods.
Norritt.
See?
It wasn't so hard.
You know what? You sleep next to me.
I do?
Just want you to know. And I had cheese earlier. All right, we got Hearth, Daniel Norrit, and he's an authority figure, but not a high up authority figure. Kind of a low authority figure.
No, I could see him as like a dock master kind of a thing. You know, this settlement's got arms or whatever that stick out into space that let you dock your shift at or your ship at. Um, and there's a crew manning those arms.
And he thinks you're cute.
He thinks I'm cute, huh?
Yes. You're not sure if it's the cute I want to have sex with you way or the cute puppy way. Or both. You never know.
Okay. Introduce a sector trouble. You've heard rumors of a sector-wide peril, conflict, or mystery. You may come up with trouble appropriate to your setting and character, roll on the action and theme oracles for inspiration, or pick and roll on the table below. It's a D100 roll.
But I bet you there's a thing.
I'm sure there probably is.
area. Oh, look, right there, sector trouble. Okay, I got it to roll.
Energy storms are rampant.
Yeah, but we didn't do the. We don't have rent energy.
This is true. Energy storms are still rampant. Apparently, it wants us to have energy storms.
Prophecies foretell an imminent awakening of a dreadful power. Sure, why not? No, I think what's happening is that when I hold down the control to talk, it's glitching. Well, I'll have to figure that out later. All right.
So yeah, when in doubt, use what you can and keep on going.
Okay, there we go.
So we'll have to figure out what kind of devil power that is later. All right.
Aliens.
Give your sector a name. There is apparently a sector name table.
Or we can just name it. Why don't we just call it Cerberus Sector?
How about Corvus Reach?
Okay.
This is actually kind of a cool sector, a cool table. There's some really cool names in here.
Cool. All right. So we've gotten our sector. We've named our sector. What's next? Is that it? Excellent. So that will end our stream for tonight because I feel like ass and I'm not going to start trying to game. I hope you enjoyed tonight. We're going to keep plugging forward even though we're sick. And we will catch you next Saturday. We're going to be playing. Um, I don't know what we're going to be playing yet. We're still discussing it, but we're going to be playing something. Next Sunday is Invisible Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be running from 3 to 6. And then at 8:30, we'll be back plugging away at Starforged some more.
Yes, we will.
So, yeah, I think that's all we have for tonight. Because I'm sick. I'm not doing too hot. And I've got class in the morning. So, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hopefully, next week we'll be feeling better. But until then, from our citadel to yours,